I am constantly trying to improve my broken English pronunciations. I am constantly trying to improve my broken English pronunciations. I am constantly trying to improve my broken English pronunciations.
I'm constantly trying to improve my broken English pronunciations. I'm constantly trying to improve my broken English pronunciation.
Constant. Constant. He suffers from constant headaches. He suffers from constant headaches. Her constant chatter was a nuisance.
Her constant chatter was a nuisance. Her constant chatter was a nuisance. He suffers from constant headaches. He suffers from constant headaches.
He suffers from constant headaches. He suffers from constant headaches.
A problem demanding constant attention. A problem demanding constant attention.
A problem demanding constant attention. A problem demanding constant attention.
A problem demanding constant attention. I used to pronounce this word constant. I'm trying to correct my wrong pronunciation. Constant.
Constant.
Her constant chatter was a nuisance. Her constant chatter. Her constant chatter was a nuisance.
Her constant chatter was a nuisance. Her constant chatter was a nuisance.
I used to pronounce this word purchase. Now I am aware that my pronunciation was wrong.
Purchase. Purchase.
It is not purchase, it is purchase. The car was an expensive purchase.
The car was an expensive purchase. The car was an expensive purchase.
They purchased the house from an elderly couple.
They purchased the house from an elderly couple. They purchased the house from an elderly couple.
I used to pronounce this word verbose, but I found my pronunciation is wrong. It should be pronounced verbose. Verbose is wrong. Verbose.
He is a verbose speaker. He is a verbose speaker.
He is a verbose speaker. He is a verbose speaker.
He is a verbose speaker. He is a verbose speaker. She has a verbose writing style. She has a verbose writing style.
I learned English in 1980s by English teachers who were native Koreans who could not speak a single English word properly. For any scalar function f that is second order differentiable, curl of gradient f is 0 or curl of gradient f is 0. Now for the electric potential B, we can create electric field E, negative gradient over B. If we apply this formula, we substitute negative E in this equation. This is equivalent like this. Also equivalent like this. If we substitute negative E gradient B, this B here, this equation says that curl E is 0 for any vector that is first order differentiable. If curl E is 0, then we say vector E is conservative. If you do not understand why curl of E is 0, from Calculus by James Stewart, 9th edition. In this book, scroll down, chapter 16, 16.5, curl and divergence. If you scroll down, you can find definition of curl. Then curl of gradient f equals 0. I got this equation here. So if you do not understand this expression, if you scroll down, you can find curl of f is 0. F is conservative vector field, as in theorem 4. If F is a vector field on all of R3 whose component functions have a continuous partial derivative and curl F equals 0, then F is conservative. Curl F equals 0, then F is conservative. That is, curl F equals 0, then F is conservative. Curl F equals 0 is equivalent to curl F equals 0. If you do not understand what it means, then refer to Calculus by James Stewart in Curl and Divergence. Please read this part very carefully. For next few sessions, we will learn from Electricity and Magnetism by Edward M. Purcell, 3rd edition, using this book in Chapter 4, Electric Current and Density. If you scroll down, you can find definition of an ampere, Coulomb per second. If you scroll down, you can find definition for current density. We will learn what is current density. If you scroll down, you can find time-dependent charge distribution. This equation, divergence J equals negative partial derivative of rho, the charge density, over partial derivative with respect to t. This equation is called continuity equation. I will explain how to derive this equation, or called continuity equation. I will share the PDF of this book shortly. Now, from Thomas's Calculus, Early Transcendentals, this is 13th edition. From this book, Chapter 16.8, the Divergence Theorem and the Unified Theory. If you scroll down, you can find continuity equation of hydrodynamics. This equation is continuity equation. This book explains continuity equation in gory detail. Actually, I explained this part in my previous episode. Please don't miss reading this part of the book, Continuity Equation of Hydrodynamics. This equation, you can also find it in the Electricity and Magnetism by Minier H. Neife. In this book, now Chapter 7, Steady Currents. I will explain the theory here. Also, the definition of current density. Then, we will learn the current density associated with the polarization current. This equation, also the current density associated with the displacement current. This equation in the next few episodes. Through this book, Electricity and Magnetism, we will learn boundary value problems. We will discuss Poisson and Laplace equations given here. Also here, this equation is known as Laplace equation. In this book, we will solve many problems of partial differential equations. For example, electromagnetic Boundary value problems. Today is March 1st, 2023. This is my 9th episode for C++ electricity and magnetism with the vector calculus, classical physics, electric current density, continuity equation 1. In this episode, I will share must-read books for electricity and magnetism. If you control-click this link, you can download 170 megabytes. If you are from South Korea, you can purchase Electricity and Magnetism from Yes24 online bookstore. In my case, I ordered this book today. Also, you can purchase Electricity and Magnetism by Minier H. Neipei from Amazon. I purchased this item on February 18th. As of today, March 1st, I still haven't received this book yet. I highly recommend you to purchase these books. Don't use pirate copies. Show in folder. If you unzip it, in this folder, you can find 6 PDF books. Electricity and Magnetism. This PDF, E.M. Edward Purcell. This PDF, Thomas's Calculus, 13th edition. Calculus by James Stewart. Physics for Scientist Engineer. Fundamental Physics from Halliday Resnick. I have several copies for each of these PDF books. Please don't use illegal copies.